particularly proud of that. There was controversy. Council was split on it. It was a 4-3 vote, I think, to open Brooklyn Street. I think even those in opposition would tell you today, most of them would say it was the right thing to do. We've looped those water lines. Water quality is improved for those dead-end streets. And sure, there's been increased traffic on Elm and on Herbert Street from that, but it's connected the grocery stores, you know, those two large commercial areas, and people don't have to go out on Stars Road to get from one to another. That's been a tremendous improvement for Stars Road. And I think the neighborhoods have been minimally impacted by that. And I think if you had to give that one an evaluation, we'd score pretty high on that one. I think that was one of the high points of the last council.
Mayor Mooney, do you agree that that's the way to go? And is there a lesson in all of that in terms of how you might apply those principles to the situation now facing council?
Well, I agree with that. I echo everything Esther just said. I live down in that neck of the woods down off of Brunswick Street Extension, and I use the back way to get to the shopping centers, and I think it's a great addition to the town. I think the way those streets were interconnected, and I know they went through some grief with the residents of all those streets, and Argyle Street I think is just a little different than that, Ray, a little different scenario.
When we talk about Brooklyn Street, the Charles Crosby Avenue street, is there a parallel to push south of Stars Road now, again to perhaps join Stars Road at somewhere around that juncture? There is a plan that I did see. Is that moving forward in terms of trying to redirect more traffic off Stars Road to the south of town?
The Brooklyn Street going south off of Stars Road, there is a plan to take that south, and our new council hasn't discussed it yet. But it's my hope that that's not, as a councillor, it's my hope that that's not far away. But it's not. We haven't talked about it, so it's clearly not a priority for this year. But it will bring with it other benefits and improvements to Stars Road as well. And Mayor Mooney referenced some of those improvements that are potential improvements for Stars Road without doing the widening. You've got all these other opportunities to ease the burden on Stars Road by doing those south and north improvements. It would connect Stars Road travelers to a side street that is going north-south between Stars and Parade.
Do you think now, Mayor Mooney, that with all this talk of infrastructure money, that perhaps this is the time to strike in terms of what you must do to develop and redevelop streets to accommodate the need for truck routes? So is there some positive traction on this issue, do you think?
Well, it's what we came back to earlier, Ray. You can do anything with money, and we have to come up with our share of the funding for this. Even these new infrastructure, they're not doing 100%. We're still coming up with third, and they haven't come up with any different formula. So we have to be responsible. We know next couple of years are going to be tough. So we'll see what Mr. Kerr has to say today, and we'll go from there.
Mayor Mooney, as we end, what is your message about truck route designation in the town? So what is happening now, and what do you hope will happen in the next several months to turn the corner on this whole confusion over truck routes?
Ray, I'll take full responsibility for the last meeting and the confusion that stemmed from that. I know there's confusion over the motions, what was on the floor, what came from second reading from before. But over the next couple of months, we've been 250 years in Yarmouth with Argyle Street. And just give us a couple more months, and I think, and Esther's going to agree with me, that Councillor Dares would agree with me, we're going to get this close to being right as we can get. And in a couple of years, like what happened on Charles Crosby Drive, some of the grief people will come up in a couple of years and say, you guys made the right decision.
And Councillor Dares, would you agree that that's the route to go? Is it a gelling of the three members of the former council and the 4 members of the present council? Do you think that's part of the issue?
There is definitely. If anybody told you there wasn't, an issue of gelling when a new council, comes in, they'd be mistaken. I mean, there's definitely a curve to sort of, and I'm surprised by it actually. I mean, there's 3 old previous council members and 4 new ones, and so you know, after 17 years with almost no change, little or no change at that table for me, I'm finding it difficult at times to sort of figure out and go where the path is and how to move forward, and you know how to get to not consensus, but you know explain yourself. You know, I'm not probably the best communicator, but you know, you have to get to know everybody, and you know, you want to you know, I like to get along with people. I want to work with everybody, and it's been interesting.
Everybody has an opinion. You had Garney Horton came in, made a nice presentation. He's passionate about it. He spent a lot of time on this issue. I think he knocked on over 400 doors, going door to door with he had only 225 names on the petition. He knocked on over 400 doors going up and down that street. So if it took an extra hour and a half for a citizen to come in, if he spent a week doing it, I guess, well, we gave him his extra hour and a half, and well, we're going to do what's right.
Stay tuned, I guess, as far as this issue is concerned. Thanks very much, Mayor Phil Mooney and Councilor